Good evening everyone, I'm Georgia Big Gay Knits. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to have a little Stashbusting update for you today. This is my finished Aosta cardigan. I'm very happy with this Aosta cardigan. I did the ribbing, so the body of it is knitted on 7mm needles, so I really got through this super quickly. I think I finished it, I think it was like 2 weeks or something to knit this. And then I did the ribbing. I always find that my ribbing looks a bit nicher if I go down another needle size, so I did that in 5mm and I really like the look. I really like these buttons as well. I got these buttons in a yarn shop in Snowdonia and they're so stunning. They're like carved, yeah, lovely. Just really enjoying those. It does mean that I have like huge buttonholes. I don't know if you can see the size of that, but to get over this button. But yeah, it's so nice to have back in my wardrobe, and it's been so warm as well. I think because it's quite lofty, and then the Andalusian stitch gives that kind of like extra place for the air to be held. It's just so cozy, and I've really loved that. It's been a bit chilly again, so I've just really enjoying wearing this. This cardigan I've used 551 grams or 11 balls of yarn for this one, so that's a big chunk taken off the total today. And then with the leftovers I made a kind of knockoff Sophie scarf shawl thing. I just looked up how to cast on for a simple stockinette scarf with a garter. I looked up how to cast on a stockinette scarf with an I-cord edge, and I just knitted until it was about the length that I wanted, doing increases. I think I did increases about every 6 rounds. I am enjoying wearing it over my head like a little old lady, and you know what? Props, they know what they're up to. They know what they're about. I am toasty warm when I wear it like that. So someone did ask me like if it was supposed to look like a tentacle, and I was like, no, it's not. I think you'll find I'm actually a very cool Scandinavian fashion blogger now, actually. I think that's actually the vibe we're going for. Not is it a tentacle? So yeah, maybe it was just given my weird green tentacle scarf. Who can say? I do have 50 grams left, or 53 grams I suppose, left of this yarn. So I've made a hat, a scarf and this cardigan from it. I don't know what to do with the leftovers. Should I put that into mending? Is that like part of a mending box now? And if I get a hole in it, I mean it's only single ply, so it does break quite easily. So I can see that maybe things would wear out. So do I keep that whole ball just for mending, or do you think I should try and do something else with it? A part of me is tempted to recreate mittens or like the fingerless gloves that I did, but then also I know that they weren't very practical. They kind of felted in the palm and then stuff got stuck to them. So I don't know. What do we think? But then it'll be another ball of yarn out of the stash. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should stick it into mending, and if I want to do something else with it, I can always pull it back out again. I don't have to decide now, do I? It's not, yeah. No one's counting on me to make this decision immediately. So the green shawl that I've made, it was another 118 grams or 2 1/3 balls of yarn. So that takes me down to 142.5 balls of yarn at the start of February, or 7,122 grams of yarn. So given that I thought that we'd started this with 7,086 grams of yarn, I'm a bit like, oh no. I calculated that I need to use approximately 13 balls a month to finish my yarn stash within a year. So that is quite overwhelming to consider, basically, because this is some of the thickest, this is like a chunky weight yarn that I've got here, and it's some of the thickest yarn that I've used, and the only other thing I've got is Aran weight, but I'm doing a cable sweater with that. So yeah. I'm quite overwhelmed with it all, but I think it'll be fine. I'm not planning of using like every single last tiny scrap of things. So for some things that I have, I know for like Doris's stocking and for this tapestry that I'm going to show you in a second, that I'll want to get rid of the leftovers of those projects when they're completed. But 650 grams of yarn, so, and I'm having a bit of a panic I've got a bit of a conundrum at the moment. So I want to make either the Kintra sweater or the twist cardigan and use up my 4-ply scraps. However, I don't have a contrast colour for it, so where you have like the main body of the jumper or the cardigan, I don't really have anything that would go for that. I have got a terracotta 4-ply that I did my slightly failed Calypso sweater in, but I don't know that the warmth of that colour will go, because I've got quite a lot of cool tone colours for the rest of the fade, so I'm not sure that that's going to be the best choice. So I am thinking I might have to find something that I can use for that, because I don't really have anything that would work that's like all the same colour tone. I'm planning to go to a yarn festival in March with my friends, so I'm not sure if maybe that's something I need to look at then, although again that's breaking the no buy, but I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. I suppose I could knit the yoke and see how I get on with that, but I don't know if I need that colour to start off at the neckband and go down. I'm also not sure if I do want to knit the twist card. I don't know. I'm having a real panic about what patterns to do. I think I have settled on the pattern of my cable jumper. So there's the Serena sweater by Cookie the Knitter that I've seen Nat from Tink and Frog Knits make, and I love that. I think that's gorgeous. I've got Aran weight yarn and I've got the right size needles for it, so I think that is going to be next up on the go list. I also don't know if I want to try and forge ahead with that now while it's still going to be cold enough that I will want to wear those and save the 4-ply knitting for the spring and summer. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you knit out of season? Do you knit in season? How do you decide what projects you want to do? I'm having a real I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, it's all a little bit more complicated than I thought it was going to be. I think I didn't have as many ambitious projects last year to work through, and I also wasn't as strict with myself about acquiring. I was pretty strict actually, but I didn't have that much to get through. I've definitely bought more in the latter half of 2025. I think I will need to acquire some plain colour or something that all matches together, otherwise I'm going to have the yoke part of a sweater on hold for a year while I wait for the rest of the yarn for it, and that seems a little bit silly to me. Just wanted to take a sec to appreciate the lovely flowers that my friend got me as a thank you. So yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate them. Cool, so I have got some bits and bobs to show you for progress updates. So I have started on this tapestry thing, I'm like, wow, so much progress. So this is the Little Cowpoke by John Elliott Knits. I think I've seen this in Made in the Moment's channel. I just searched like knitted cowboy tapestry and then this came up and I was like, that's the one. So yeah, so this is a pattern John Elliott Knits. I am doing double knitting for the first time. This was a new skill and I was quite like, oh, don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. So yeah, so I've started at the bottom with my like very dodgy cast on, and I didn't realise, I was like, yeah, cast on in black and white, and then I was like, but George, you want to make it trans flag colours. So at the bottom I'm going to have a little strip of white before my trans flag starts, so I'm going to do like blue and then pink and then white and then blue as you go up. The kind of magic of like double knitting is that you're knitting both sides at the same time, so you'll be able to like flip it so you've got like blue feet and black feet. So yeah, I'm just using some more Aldi yarn. If you haven't seen my Aldi yarn video, go and check that out. This is the So Crafty DK in black and blue, and I've also got pink and I've got white as well. So I'm planning to kind of make this a little trans flag cowboy. That's the first new thing that I've got to show you. I think it's going to take me longer. I know it's only 98 rows or something like that, but because you're knitting and then you purl each stitch, it's both, and you kind of moving the yarn backwards and forwards, it takes a lot longer than I anticipated to knit, and I was very tempted to be like, should I just knit it with a garter stitch border and just like try and work it with colour work and have like a million strings at the back? I was like, no George, learn the new skill, do the thing. It's again the thing of like, I put myself under a lot of pressure to finish things quickly and I really don't need to. I need to just focus on slowing down and enjoying it for myself. I don't want to ruin my hobby for myself by making it like a productivity thing. Yeah, so I need to remember to slow down sometimes. It's just hard. I don't know if anyone else has the whole thing of being like told they were really amazing in school and you were like so gifted and everything just came so naturally to you, and then when you actually have to learn how to do something, it's like the actual worst and you're like, this is terrible and I am the worst person alive. So anything that I find moderate difficult, I'm like, oh, I don't know, I don't like that, it doesn't feel comfortable. Learning to be an adult and doing adult things and learning new things as an adult is hard. There's definitely a learning curve to that, but yeah, try not to beat myself up about it and be a bit more compassionate to myself. Oh, I'm going to show you my little frog bag as well. So this is I think I mentioned it in one of my early videos, but this is a little bag that I upcycled This is my friend's wedding cruise, and yeah, this is the little frog that I put on the other side. So yeah, I made a jumper out of this, and then I used up some of the leftovers, and I made socks out of this one. I think this is another bit of jumpy yarn as well, and I just made a cute little frog for the back of my bag. In the little frog bag I have got this lovely yarn. So this gorgeous, stunning purple is from Noodle Soup Yarns, and I think the colour is Kaleidoscope, and I am, oh, just, it's so dreamy. I love this like super variegated, super colourful yarn. I'm knitting toe-up socks for this. I've knitted the first one, but I can't find it. I can't find that, and I also can't find this Sophie scarf thing that's not a Sophie scarf. This little scarf thing that I've knitted, and I don't know where it is, and I'm like, has Doris run off with it? Don't know. She does love yarn. Doris is my dog. She does love yarn, and she does love to chew yarn. So yeah, she's currently having a little nap on the sofa. But yeah, this is where I got to with this, but I'm just really into these colours. Like, I might put a bit of footage in for you to have a look at. But it's so stunning. Like, it just, like, every so often there's like a little like rainbow prism that goes through it, and and the depth of colour is so rich. I think this is a Blue Face Leicester base, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So whipping through that. So also someone told me in my knitting group to get these little clippy things to clip down the end so your yarn ball doesn't unravel, and I was like, genius. Absolute genius. This is why you need knitting friends, guys. Loving this. I can't wait to add this into my 4-ply, and I think this is definitely going to be part of like any Kintra or twist cardigan things. But again, does this go with terracotta brown? Not sure, because that was originally bought to contrast with more cool tone colours. Oh, I got myself in a right pickle, haven't I? So yeah, that's this one. And then finally, I've got a little update for you on my Glenview sweater. So I have finally split the sleeves. Yay! Oh, that's the back, hang on. not that it makes a lot of difference. But yeah, this is where I'm up to with this. I'm making the size for a 38-inch chest. I love this. It's so lovely. I have got, I don't know, I'm just leaning into like, I know people have like thoughts and feelings about variegated yarn and like lumpy bits and stripes and stuff, but I'm just like, that's the nature of it. It's nice, just, you know, go with the flow. I've got like a tiny bit of this ball. I was kind of striping in, you can see like where I've attempted to do that, I like putting in a different skein, but I don't know, I wasn't loving how the texture then went on the back because my weaving in was not particularly brilliant. So I just thought, sod it, I'm going to knit it in like this bit, and then I'll just join in the same one. The colour difference looks exactly the same to me, and I think because there's a lot of colour variation in this, I think I will get away with it. But yeah, I love this. It's taking a long time, but I'm into the body now. I've split the sleeves, I've taken like a lot of stitch, I feel like I've done 3 whole inches. So yeah, I'm excited to get through and work on that. I might, when I finish this ball, I might pick up the sleeves and knit a sleeve. Just, I don't want to be stuck on Sleeve Island. You know what you know what Sleeve Island's like, guys. Like I don't know, does anyone else get like really fed up of knitting sleeves? I know that it'll be faster because it'll be in the round, but I get really disheartened with it. I'm like, oh, it's just taking forever, and it seems to take forever until you finish the decreases and you're like, oh okay, fine, it's a sleeve now. Yeah, I'm on the 4-ply struggle bus from somewhere, particularly going from like super chunky, like the thickest yarn that I've ever really worked with. Oh, actually no, I did make another jumper out of like super chunky yarn that was like, I think it was like 1 meter is a gram or something. Like that's like really thick. It's, yeah, been a bit of a shock going from kind of this to then like this. It feels like teeny tiny, and then down to the sock as well. I'm like, oh, it's so small. Those are my kind of 3 works in progress at the moment. I am, a little part of me in quite a toxic manner wants to cast something else on, so we shall see. But I don't know if I want to do another 4-ply jumper at the same time as this 4-ply jumper, or if that's going to be like really overwhelming. But then at the same time, I do want to see where I'm going to get to in terms of this, using these 4-ply scraps. I don't know, not scraps, it's 4-ply mini skeins. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm trying to, I don't know, I feel like I'm looking very far ahead in the future to see where it's going to go and whether or not I'm going to get fed up. What do we think? If I do the Aran cardigan now and then I only have like DK and 4-ply, am I going to slowly lose my mind because it feels like I'm not making any progress? I suppose it doesn't really matter either way, I'm going to be knitting it. I bought it to use it, so I'm going to be knitting it at some point. Let me know what you think. I don't know. Thanks very much for joining me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've been up to on the stash busting journey. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and please feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. I hope you have a lovely evening. Cheery bye.